Just Peter, just tell me about what do you mean by manual testing? Already you know manual testing. What do you mean by manual testing? Do you know anything about manual testing?
Yeah, I mean, I've done my certification in manual testing. So I understand the concepts like, you know, I write test scripts based on requirements. You know, I use the standard test methods like risk management, equivalence partitioning, boundary testing. I test across devices, across browsers. You know, I test across different languages. I ensure no major use. I look at standard user journeys, make sure they're not broken.
Okay.
So it's, you know, it's quite, yeah, I mean, it's quite detailed what in terms of functional. But I see that, you know, at the moment we do try to automate. We are trying to automate a lot of the tests. So, you know, because my current client is I'm in I do for Sony.
Okay.
So I'm doing functional testing for Sony at the moment.
Right. I will tell you. What do you mean by manual testing? Everything we will do manually without any tool support. Everything we will do manually. That means with our efforts, with human efforts, everything we will do manually. So that's why that is called manual testing.
Okay.
So that is the mass definition. If you want class definition, manual testing also one of the type of testing in which all the phases of software testing life cycle like test planning and test development, test execution, result analysis, bug tracking and reporting are accomplished successfully with our efforts, with human efforts. Everything we will do manually. So that's why that is called manual testing.
Okay.
What are the advantages of manual testing? Can you guess it? What are the main advantages of manual testing?
The advantage of manual testing is you can test if something needs to be tested quickly,
Okay.
you can do it that way. And also you can if something has no requirements and you just test it on the fly, you can test it that way as well.
Mm.
And also if you haven't automated it, you have to manually test it as well.
So I will tell you manual testing advantages. Manual testing is very ways. Manual testing will be very useful, very useful when the test case need to run. When the test case needs to run once or twice. Once or twice.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
It will take. It will take low cost. It will take low cost. That means it is the cheapest testing process in testing. It is the cheapest testing process.
Okay.
It is very eyeball testing. It is very eyeball testing. There is nothing to learn new things. There is no need to learn new things to learn manual. We can apply both small projects or big projects. Manual testing we can apply for both small comma big projects.
Okay.
Manual testing does not require any scripting languages. It does not
Yeah.
require any technical knowledge. It is very reliable.
Okay.
It is very reliable than automation. It is very reliable than automation. It is more reliable than automation.
Okay.
Already manual testing existed in the market. Why automation came into market? That means, so in manual we have some drawbacks. 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 Already manual testing existed in the market. Why automation came into market? That means in automation we have some drawback. In automation we have some drawbacks. What are the main drawbacks in automation? First point, more number of people required. Time consuming. It will take more time. Less accuracy. More number of people required. Time consuming. Less accuracy. Tiredness. We cannot repeat the task again and again. Simultaneous actions not possible. It is a board process. It is not a consistent process. There is nothing to learn new things. No effective and efficiency. No effective and efficiency. No effective and efficiency.
Akhil, what does that one mean? There is nothing to learn new things.
That means every day we need to write the test cases and we need to execute the test cases. That means there is nothing to learn new things. So every
Oh,
day,
okay. Okay. No
same thing,
time. No.
same thing we need to do. If it is any project, same to same. So we need to write the
Got it.
test cases based on the customer requirements. We need to write the test cases. After writing the test cases, we need to execute the test cases. That is the only one thing we need to know. If it is manual
Got it.
testing, so manual testing is very easy. Eyeball testing, it's very easy, simple, and very quickly we can learn manual testing.
Yes.
What do you mean by automation testing?
So for me, automation testing means anything we do on a regular basis is a candidate for automation. So so when we finish a sprint, anything that we feel anything that's a repeatable test, I'd feel we put it in it should be a candidate for automation regression. And then anything which takes too long, and there's no benefit, i.e. we're only going to test it once, then I'd feel it would not be a candidate for automation. So something like that. And also it's repeatable. The automation tests don't get tired. You can run them overnight, out of hours. You can run them an n number of times.
Right.
And things like that. And you can run them across multiple browsers much quicker than a manual tester once the framework's in place, I assume.
Right. Yes, automation also one of the type of testing. There are two ways of testing. One is manual testing, other one is automation testing. Automation also one of the type of testing in which all the drawbacks in manual testing are addressed properly. It will give speed and accuracy to the existing testing process. It will give speed and accuracy to the existing testing process. Automation also one of the type of testing in which all the drawbacks in manual testing are addressed properly, and it will give speed and accuracy to the existing testing process. It will give speed and accuracy. It will give speed and accuracy. So, but wherever you go, still in manual testing we have these are many drawbacks. But wherever you go, 80 to 90% people still they are depending upon manual process. Why they are depending upon manual process? Wherever you go, not only in India, wherever you go, if it is US or UK, Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, wherever you go, 80 to 90% people still they are depending upon manual process. Why they are depending upon manual process? That means in automation also we have some drawbacks. 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 First point, professionals required. First point, professionals required. If it is manual testing, we can give the training within 1 week and we can take into project. But if it is automation, compulsory professionals required. Second point, tools are very expensive. Tools are very expensive. Tools are very expensive. Tools are very expensive. Whenever you are comparing with manual testing, tools are very expensive. Tools are very expensive. Third point, we can't automate all the areas using tools also. We can't automate all the areas using tools also. That's the reason none of the people not using, none of the people not using, none of the people means not all the companies not using automation testing nowadays. Why? Because if it is any project compulsory we should do manually. After getting stability we can implement automation testing. Why? Because in automation also we have some drawbacks. What are the main drawbacks? First point, professionals required. Second point, tools are very expensive. Whenever you are comparing to manual testing is the cheapest testing process. If you want QTP
Yeah.
license, we should pay nearly 3 to 5 lakhs rupees Indian currency. So if it is automation, sorry, if it is manual testing, it is the cheapest testing process. That's the reason most of the people still they are depending upon manual process. And the main drawback is we can't automate all the areas using tools also. This is the main drawback. That's the reason most of the people nowadays they are choosing they are interesting on only manual testing. So why? Because if it is any project, if it is small project, big project, we can implement manual testing very successfully. Only whenever you are facing the interview also, that time they may ask you like manual is nothing but it is a basic process, automation is nothing but it is a advanced process. Manual is nothing but it is a basic process, automation is nothing but it is a advanced process. If it is any project compulsory we should do manually first of all. After getting stability we can implement automation testing. So whenever you are facing the interview also, that time they may ask you like when can you implement automation testing? Whenever the application is stable condition, then only we can implement automation testing. Manual testing we can introduce any point of time at any point of stage. But if it is automation, compulsory application stability. After getting stability we can implement automation testing. So manual
Makes
is nothing but
makes
it is
sense.
a basic process, automation is nothing but it is a advanced process.
Okay. Okay.
And
And that makes sense. Yeah. So only when it's stable, you then then you
yeah,
can
whenever
start
the
looking at
application is stable condition, stable means after developing the entire application, then only we can implement automation testing. Even part wise also we can do, but we can't get good result. If you want good get the good results compulsory, that application must be stable condition. Then only we can implement automation testing. Here is one point. It is a note. Automation is not a replacement of manual testing. This is the continuation part of manual testing. Automation is not a replacement of manual testing. This is the
Okay.
continuation
So
part of manual testing.
got it. Got it. So it's when we say confirmation, it's more a regression tool
Yes.
because we only when it's stable will it come. Can we make it part of the automation?
Yes, yes. Whenever the application is stable condition, then only we can implement automation testing. So then only we can get good results. So that's the reason most of the companies they are choosing after stability they are implementing automation testing. So
Okay.
first of all, if it is
So
any project, any type of company, any type of project compulsory we should do manually only.
okay, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. I didn't think of it like that, but yeah. So we can't start automation straight away. We need to make sure the product is stable, and
Yes,
then we look at a framework.
yes, sir. Whenever the application is
Okay.
stable, then only we can implement automation testing.
Okay.
Right. In my knowledge, my opinion, a automation tool is nothing but tool introduction. Next concept to tool introduction.
Okay.
Tool introduction. A automation tool is nothing but it is an assistant of test engineer. A automation tool is nothing but it is an assistant of test engineer. assistant of test engineer. The automation tool is nothing but it is an assistant of test engineer. If I want work with my assistant or any automation tool, first of all I should know five basic things. First point, how to give the instructions. Second point, how to give the information. How to use its recording facility. How to use its playback facility. How to analyze the results. If you know these things, you can work with any automation tool. If you want to work with any automation tool, compulsory we should know five basic things: how to give the instructions and how to give the information, how to use its recording facility, how to use its playback facility, how to analyze the results. If you know these things, you can work with any automation tool. If you want to work with any automation tool, compulsory we should know five basic things: how to give the instructions and how to give the information, how to use its recording facility, how to use its playback facility, how to analyze the results. If you know these things, you can work with any automation tool. So for example, I have an assistant, he is from Japan. I have an assistant, he is from Japan. I know Telugu, you don't know Telugu. I know English, you don't know English. I know Hindi, you don't know Hindi. So he knows only Japanese. So compulsory I should learn Japan. So just like without giving any instructions and information, he will not do anything. So he is my assistant. Compulsory if I want to give the instructions and information, first of all I should know both of people, we should know one common language required. First of all I should give the instructions. So my tool or my assistant, without giving the instructions and information, he will not do anything. So first of all I should know any of the common language. So first, how to give the instructions I should know, how to give the information, how to use this recording facility, how to
Okay.
use this playback facility, how to analyze the results. If you know these things, we can work with any automation tool. So first of all, if I want to work with my assistant, first of all, I should learn any of the scripting language, any of the language, common language required. So my assistant is Selenium. My assistant is Selenium. I know Telugu, Selenium don't know Telugu. I know Hindi, Selenium don't know Hindi. I know English, Selenium don't know English. Selenium knows Java, Selenium knows Java, comma Perl, comma Python, C Sharp, comma Ruby. First of all, we should learn any of the scripting language. So, if we want to learn Selenium, first of all, we should learn any of the scripting language: Java, Perl, Python, C Sharp, comma Ruby. So, we should learn any of the scripting language. Wherever you go, 80 to 90% of people they are learning Java with Selenium. So, we will learn Java with Selenium. First of all, I will teach you Java. After that, I will teach you Selenium. So, type of tools. Next concept to type of tools. First one is functional tools. Compulsory we should perform some actions on the functionality, then only we can say that functionality is properly working or not. The type of tools is called functional tool. In market we have number of tools, functional tools, mainly Windrunner, RFT, rational functional tool, test complete, QTP and Selenium. First of all, we should know what are the main differences between QTP and Selenium. First of all, we should know what are the main differences between QTP and Selenium. QTP is a functional tool, Selenium also functional tool. QTP is a functional tool, Selenium also functional tool. QTP introduced by Mercury people in 1994. Selenium introduced by Jason Huggins in 2004. QTP is a commercial tool. If you want QTP license, we should pay nearly 3 to 5 lakhs rupees. Selenium is a open source tool. Selenium is a open source tool. Using QTP, we can work with normal window-based applications as well as web applications. So Selenium only for web application. This is the one of the small drawback. In QTP, mainly we have recording and playback facility. Recording and playback facility. In mainly Selenium Webdriver. Mainly in Webdriver we don't have.
Okay, because we use IDE, isn't it?
Yes, in mainly Selenium Webdriver I mentioned yearly very clearly. I mentioned
Okay, yeah.
here very clearly. So in Selenium WebDriver, we don't have any recording and playback facility.
Okay, okay.
Here we can work with only IE browser very comfortably. Here we can work with multi browsers.
All right, I didn't know that. Okay.
Java, Perl, Python, C Sharp, Ruby. Here we can work with
VB script.
VB scripting language.
Yeah.
Here we can work with multi scripting languages. So QTP we can work with only IE browser very comfortably. But if it is Selenium, we can work with multi browsers like Internet Explorer, IE browser, Mozilla Firefox, Chrome, Opera, Android. So we can work with multi browsers. These are the main differences between QTP and Selenium. Next, Selenium Interaction. What do you mean by Selenium? What do you mean by Selenium? Selenium is nothing but it is a software. Selenium is nothing but it is a software. Selenium is nothing but it is a software which contains some set of programs. Selenium is nothing but it is a software which contains some set of programs. Selenium having four components. Sir. Selenium having four components. One is Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid. Selenium having four components: Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. What do you mean by Selenium IDE? IDE means integrated development environment. IDE means integrated development environment. What do you mean by Selenium IDE? Selenium IDE is nothing but it is a software, same definition. Selenium IDE is nothing but it is a software which contains some set of programs. If you want to work with these programs, compulsory we need one user interface. We need one user interface. So here we will not use any user interface. That means there is no chance to write the script manually. There is no chance to write the script manually. Why? Because there is no user interface. There is no user interface. Why? Because Selenium IDE is nothing but it is just raw programs. If you want to interact with these programs, we need one user interface. In the place of user interface, we are not using anything. We are not using anything. So there is no chance to write the script manually. There is no chance to write the script manually. And we can perform very, very limited testing. We can work with only Firefox browser. We can work with only Firefox browser. We can perform very limited testing. There is no chance to write the script manually. That's the reason none of the people not using Selenium IDE nowadays. It is deprecated. It is deprecated. After that, they
Okay.
made Selenium RC. RC means remote control. RC means remote control. What is Selenium RC? Selenium RC is nothing but it is a software which contains some set of programs. Which contains some set of programs. This set of programs we need to configure into one user interface. We need to configure into one user interface. In the place of user interface, we are using Eclipse. We are using Eclipse. We are using Eclipse. What do you mean by Eclipse? Eclipse is nothing but it is a powerful editor to write the Java programs. If you want to write the Java programs, even developers also always they will use Eclipse. Eclipse is nothing but it is a powerful editor to write the Java programs. But if you want to work with Selenium RC, we need to start the server manually. We need to stop the server manually. Whenever you want to work with Selenium RC, we need to start the server manually. We need to stop the server manually. That means using Selenium RC also we can perform very limited testing. We can perform very limited testing. That is the reason none of the people not using Selenium IDE nowadays. None of the people not using Selenium IDE nowadays. None of the people not using Selenium RC nowadays. Selenium RC and Selenium IDE both are duplicated. Using Selenium RC and using Selenium IDE, we can perform very limited testing. That is the reason none of the people not using Selenium IDE and RC nowadays.
Okay.
After that, they made Selenium Webdriver. After that, they made Selenium Webdriver. What is Selenium Webdriver? Selenium Webdriver is nothing but it is a software which contains some set of programs. These set of programs we need to configure into one user interface. In the place of user interface, we are using Eclipse. We are using Eclipse. We are using Eclipse. Eclipse is nothing but it is a powerful editor to write the Java programs. If you want to write the Java programs, even developers also they will use Eclipse only. Sir, both set up same RC and WebDriver. Yes, both set up same. But in the RC we are using RC programs. In the WebDriver we are using WebDriver programs. Whenever you are
Okay.
comparing with the RC, Selenium WebDriver having some powerful set of programs. Using Selenium WebDriver, we can perform unlimited testing. Selenium WebDriver is very user friendly. That's the reason most of the people, most of the companies nowadays they are encouraging only Selenium WebDriver only. We will keep our main intention concentration only on Selenium WebDriver. We will discuss all the components of Selenium, but we will keep more concentration only on Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver is very user friendly, and using Selenium WebDriver we can perform unlimited testing. That's the reason most of the people, most of the companies nowadays they are encouraging only Selenium WebDriver only. So we will discuss very clearly in Selenium WebDriver. What is Selenium Grid? Last one, Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid is nothing but it is a software which contains some set of programs. Using these programs, we can run the test parallelly on multiple machines. At a time, we can run the test parallelly on multiple machines. What is the main use? We can increase the performance of the execution. We can increase the performance of the execution. Some of the companies they are using Selenium Grid also. So Selenium Grid is nothing but it is a software which contains some set of programs. Using these programs, we can run the test parallelly on multiple machines. That means we can increase the performance of the execution. Some of the companies they are using Selenium Grid also. These are the
Okay. And
Selenium
you cover grid?
components. What's
Yeah.
it?
Do you cover grid, Akhil, as well? You go over grid?
What I didn't go. Come again.
No, sorry, Akhil. Do you is that one of your topics as well? To cover grid? To do the grid?
Grid.
Do- yeah. Do you
Yes,
talk about the grid as well in the course?
yes, sir. We will discuss later in very clear manner. Right now, just introduction. Roughly, we are discussing.
Okay, perfect. No, I'm just asking. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. This is the concept to Selenium introduction. So tomorrow
Yeah.
onwards, compulsory we should learn Java. Sir, do you know anything Java?
Only basics, not nothing. It's one of the languages I don't know. I can't get it in my head. I need someone to help.
Okay. Now I will send you Java and Eclipse software, sir. tomorrow onwards we should practice, sir. Daily practice required, sir. This is very, very important. Tomorrow also we have class, same time, India time 2:30, India time 2:30. Actually we scheduled 2:30, but you came 3:30, 3 o'clock you came, but make it 2:30, India time 2:30. So every day we have class, India time 2:30, just to make it successful.
Okay, for me it's difficult because I'm in UK time.